And we are, as I said before, even starting the campaign, we are in an inflection point in the history of this city. And I think right now, and it's just me, but I've been here 19 years. We as residents are paying for a lot of mistakes in the past. And we can go back to, I wish Helena was here. If you could get her down here, that'd be nice. City Manager, how much debt are we still paying for from when we first bought the wastewater and water treatment facilities?
The original purchase.
The original purchase.
So I can tell you that the total collection of our long-term debt schedule is $155,289,991. That's principal and interest that's in our long-term debt.
Okay.
Some of that's been
Right.
CIP.
Refinanced. And,
Right, and the city has, did acquire additional debt through adding and expanding different facilities. So, over the time since the city has acquired the utility, that is our total outstanding debt.
Okay. So a good way to surmise this is we have been in debt as far as water, wastewater since the inception of this city. Is that an accurate statement? And we are currently still paying on that debt.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that an accurate statement? Okay. So that's since 1999.
Yeah, and I didn't know that, Mr. Mayor. That was a good,
2003.
when you brought it up a few weeks
2003.
back.
And I would go as far as to say when ITT sold the water system to that utility company for $25 million. And this is something that came from Pierre. I'll give Pierre a plug on this one, and we can try to figure out if it's a true statement. Mr. De Lorenzo, can you come up too? I'm going to have some questions for you. Let's see.
Good morning, Mayor, City Council.
Thank you. Let me find it. I'm sorry. I should have pulled this up prior. When I posed a question some time ago about how much we paid for the wastewater and water treatment facility, Pierre felt that he should contact me with a little tidbit of information. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Believe it or not, I talk to Pierre every now and again. Let me get to it. I don't want to hold everybody up. Okay, so we paid, they sold the water waste and water treatment facility and all the components for $25 million in 1999. And Pierre said, plus $1,000 every time there was a hookup until 2007.
So they got royalties on
Pretty much, yeah.
essentially future.
And the worst part of it is, that was 1999, $25 million
Yeah.
when they sold it. We bought it in 2003 for $83 million, plus an additional like $20 million to get it up to standard because it was garbage when we bought it. They had done nothing to it. Correct, City Manager?
That's what I've been told.
So we have been in the hole since our inception as a city, as far as water is concerned. And it's ridiculous. And everybody that's lived here for more than a minute knows that an average household like mine, $165 a month for your city utilities is completely ridiculous. So we are never going to dig out of this hole. Mr. De Lorenzo, how many houses do we currently have in the queue in the city?
Houses?
How many
Houses or lots, sir?
No, I'm sorry.
Permits.
How many housing units do we have in the queue for the city?
Lots that are ready to be built on?
That are in the planning process from
Yeah.
the initial application
Right.
To include infill lots, we know there's 8,000 infill lots, correct?
7,500 or so,
Yeah,
yes.
right around 8,000. So how many housing units do we have in the queue somewhere along the development
I
process?
think,
That have been approved, let's put it like that.
yeah, it's, we'd analyzed that recently, and I believe it was 19,
About 19.
19,000.
approximately 19,000, and we have the data. That includes the DRIs, all of them, or just the ones that are under construction?
Right, just the ones that are.
So not the western DRIs, right? Not the western DRIs because there's no infrastructure for them to start building anything.
Okay.
But the eastern DRIs are included. So, yeah, which would include the maximum yield from those, not necessarily the development pattern once they went through it, but roughly 19,000.
19,000 housing units. And we're proposing 2 bonds to bring just to catch up. Because as it stands right now, if all those units were online today, would we be able to support them?
The 19,000?
Yes.
Oh, no, sir.
Okay.
No,
So
just
once-
like when, when ITT started, they platted 45,000 lots and a 2 million gallon, because you try to time it with your development, so everyone is paying an equitable share.
So once we get, all things considered, if we were to get to the capacity that we're looking for with all these bonds that we are going to have issued, the 2 bonds, would we have enough water and wastewater to sustain those houses? Once those other 19, if they came fully online?
No, sir.
Okay. So everyone sees our dilemma here? We are never going to catch up, and it's always going to fall on the backs of our residents. So, and we've only had one read of that ordinance for increasing the water rates. So, and that was a 3-1 vote. So I can tell you right now in open forum, when we come back for the second vote on that, I will be a no vote. Unless we put in a building moratorium on residential housing. We are not going to keep building on something that we can't sustain and putting it on the back of our residents. They don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Nobody in this room deserves it. So either the developers are going to start doing industrial growth to bring in jobs to offset our tax base, or we're going to stop building houses altogether. And I would say, when I propose it, I'm going to say to a date uncertain. Now, I know I'm going to get pushback because, we can't stop building, we can't stop building. Well, if we don't stop building, we're going to be broke, and we're going to force lifetime residents of Florida and Flagler County to flee their homes because they cannot afford to live in this state anymore. Plain and simple. So we are, like I said, we are at an inflection point, and we need to fix it. And we are done with the storming as far as a council. We are in the norming. So we need to establish norms and do what's best for this city. And as Councilman Miller stated last week, or it was this week, he's not worried about re-election. I'm not either. I'm a resident. I've lived in Palm Coast longer than I've lived anywhere in my life. And I'm not going to put up with it. And I'm not going to be berated every day saying I'm in the pocket of developers, which I have never been. I'm going to do what's right for this city. And we are at an inflection point, and we are going to have to make those decisions. We are only 4 people making all these decisions for this city. And we are going to do what's right, or the ship's going to go down, all of us on it. We're all going to be playing the fiddle on the deck of the Titanic. And we have a fairly low tax, and we have to do what's right for our city.